that make it seem like you're a serial killer or something. Girl, because people keep trying me. I can, replenish you. I love to do that. But move the wrong way and I will stop.
Do you like the pillows?
I don't know which one I want. They're both so cute.
Aren't they? I feel like
Friends.
that pillow, the chubby one, that's me.
This one?
Yeah, because of like the little fat face. Like I saw that and I was like, this is literally me.
Oh, what is it meant to be? It looks like a little, one of them little cute biscuits.
No.
No?
No.
Looks like Tintin's like little, I don't know. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah, so I'm really fan of these pillows. They're really, really cute. I got them on Amazon. And I was like, yeah, this is gonna be the set, especially this one. I like this one. Really represents me.
I've got loads of teddies.
Yeah.
On my bed.
Mm-hmm.
I love teddies.
Yeah, I have a thing for pillows. I've always been like this. Just the pillows kind of change, kind of like the interests thing. As you grow up, your interests kind of change, right? You're still a nerd, but just with more interests.
Yeah, I agree.
Cool. Thanks for coming on the pod, by the way.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. I'm gonna quickly introduce my guest. So Sarah.
Yeah.
Is that the way we want people to call you?
Do you know what? I let people call me what they want to call me. Like,
okay.
I'm called different things in different spaces.
Okay.
But I don't really mind.
What names are you? What are you called?
Sarah. That's my birth name. Mm-hmm. I'm not telling no one my middle name. I feel like the closer you are to me, the more you'll know about me.
If you tell me yours, I'll tell you mine.
Go on. It's on my certificate. I doubt you'll be able to say it, though. Let's see.
I don't know yours.
So my full name is Sarah.
Okay, not the full name.
Not the full name.
Not the full Gavi.
Oh.
But like if you just say the second. I mean, it's up to you really if you want to say your full name actually.
Okay, no.
You could just say the second one. The second one is fine. We can learn the second one.
Enoba.
Enoba.
Oh.
That's not.
Everyone's always like Enoba. I'm like, where did you hear me say it like that? Enoba.
Enoba. Okay.
It's yours.
See, that's not bad. Now I'm going to tell you mine, and mine is so trash. Sorry, Mom. And Dad.
Go on.
Patricia.
Oh, why is that so bad?
It is bad.
Patricia.
That's not. Why is that needed? My name is also so long.
Go on.
I'm going to
blur
full
this.
The full is long.
Let's leave that still.
It's long as hell.
They don't deserve to know that yet.
I will just blur it, to be honest. I just want to see your reaction to it.
Go on.
So my full name is Khami.
2,000 years later.
Damn. That all fits on your certificate? Is that all written on your passport?
Yeah.
On all your ID?
Yeah.
Does that need 2 lines? Surely.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like that's normal in Latin countries though. Like our names tend to be really long.
What country are you from?
I was born in Angola. I'm Angolan. I grew up in Portugal. And there's like a lot of Latin, Hispanic mix. Hence why all of the names. There's this thing where like Latin and Hispanic families, they in your name, they think they have to pay homage to like every single ancestor that you've ever had in your entire lifeline. I was like, it's enough. Like, because now if I was to marry someone, now I'm adding another name to all of this.
What you have to carry on.
I won't. But in theory, that's what it should happen.
I knew it was ending it. I mean, it was worth a try. You know?
Yeah. Oh, I just realized I didn't even introduce you yet. Okay.
Yeah. We got carried away.
Our guest this week is the absolutely stunning. I mean, look at that. Look.
Stop it. No,
and they're not even seeing you stand up. They're not even seeing that.
Oh, guys, I thought, pajamas, cozy. Let me take it a little easy.
So they're beautiful, absolutely stunning.
Thank you. So literally, are you. Have you seen her eyes?
Are we gonna go through this introduction?
Go
on. Content creator. I want to call you beautician. I can't English.
I'm a hair and makeup artist.
But the word that starts with B, that's
beautician.
There we go.
There you go.
Because I feel like there's a difference between just a hairstylist, a makeup artist, and a beautician. It's different. And I feel like you are a beautician. Okay.
I'll take that.
Okay. Yeah, so you are into makeup, you do hair as well, and you are also a fitness goddess.
Damn, that is like That is quite a reputation to uphold.
Yeah, and that's you.
I mean, I'm going to take
Sarah.
it. Do you know one thing I'm trying not to do this year is be like, oh no, stop. No. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Women do that a lot.
Yeah, we
I
do.
don't know what it is. We have this thing of like
No.
playing down. Like, I don't know. Just you are the shit. So just own
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah. Well,
I'm so
clapping
shy.
for Sarah. Woo! If Naomi was here, she would clap for you too. But
Thanks for having me.
how did we met? I saw you on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
I followed you. I was like, and then I realized that you were
Yeah.
in Manchester.
Uh-huh.
I was like, I must DM this woman. I have to do it.
But you said you saw me in the gym.
Yeah, so I saw you on TikTok first.
Oh,
And then
okay.
I saw that you worked out in Manchester, and I was like, oh, cool. Like, I live in Manchester. Nice. And then I saw you at the gym, remember?
Yeah.
Okay.
When you came up, I thought you'd seen me before that.
In the gym.
Yeah.
I did. I saw you one more time. You had white hair, and your eyebrows were also white.
Yeah.
But you were in the middle of working out, and I didn't want to interrupt.
Cute. I
Yeah.
wouldn't have minded.
Well, still. Because, like, every time I was, like, on a break, you were
Mhm.
actually lifting.
Yeah,
so I was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
let's
yeah.
not. Because that's a pet peeve of mine.
There wasn't a sync.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear it.
Isn't it weird when people, like, go up to you when you're in the middle of literally
Like
an
you could have just
exercise?
waited. Yeah.
And you can feel their presence there as you're like, I don't want to be that
Hovering.
person. Yeah, literally. Like invading your space. It's too much. So on the podcast, we kind of like to start with a few like segments. So I'm going to change things up today a little bit. So one of the segments that we start with is what we call bedtime thoughts, which is
Yes.
basically things that we think about, you know, before going to bed. You know,
Right.
that little moment when you're like, you're in bed, but your brain is not fully shut down yet.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just thinking about life and things.
Mm-hmm.
A few weeks ago, I had a really controversial thought.
Mm-hmm.
And I basically said that this was after a conversation with one of my aunties. I said that we need to start normalizing telling people that their advice sucks.
Right.
Because I was in conversation with one of my family members.
Mm-hmm.
And they were giving me like really bad advice.
Mm-hmm.
And like in African households, you have this whole thing where disagreeing with people is seen as disrespect.
Yeah.
But what really should be seen as disrespect is the craziness in the advice that
That's
you're
coming
giving
out.
to people. But like, I can't really say that because it's disrespectful, but I said it anyways. And I think that we should normalize that.
Right.
Yeah, so that's an example of
Okay.
one. So what do you have for me?
What do I have for you?
Mm-hmm.
My bedtime thoughts are genuinely quite boring.
Okay.
I'm like going through to-do lists for the next day. Yeah.
Is that what you think? of before?
Workaholic tendon. It's actually bad. Like I'll be like, okay, so tomorrow I've got I'm going through my diary, my schedule in my head and like trying to pre-plan before the next day. Really and truly. Unless I read and then it'll be whatever I've read that day.
Okay, what are you
It's
reading
in-
now?
Oh, the book I'm reading at the moment is called How Not to Break Your Own Heart.
That sounds so familiar. Who's it by?
I can't remember the author off the top of my head. It was a present,
Okay.
but yeah.
What is it about?
Basically prioritizing yourself,
Mm.
breaking certain habits. Yeah, there's loads to learn. It's a book
Okay.
for me.
Do you like?
That's how I see it. It was written for me.
Mm. Is that your vibe? Do you like self-help books?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Just like I tend to work towards improving myself every
Mm.
day. So that's kind of like at the forefront of my mind.
Yeah.
And sometimes I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. So self-help books kind of either, you know, confirm and like validate. I use that term very lightly.
Mm-hmm.
How I'm already thinking or like point me in the right direction sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because I don't really talk. I feel like I should go to therapy if you can afford therapy, girl. But till then, self-help books, it's like a
Yeah.
way to get an answer, I
Mhm.
guess.
That's really good. Self-help books are supposed to be like a self-induced
Yeah.
therapy method.
Yeah.
So it's good that you are doing that while you're not like actually going to therapy. Also, I've seen that it takes a lot of people like multiple tries to find the right therapist for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's good that you're still, even though you're not like in therapy, you're still learning about the tools to kind of, you know, improve yourself. It's cool. I wish my bedtime thoughts were like that.
Girl, I want to just like think about, what am I gonna have for breakfast? Like, I would rather my thoughts be simple. So
Interesting. My bedtime thoughts are always chaotic, really random stuff. What I was thinking the other day was, so I was walking in a park and there was like loads of squirrels. It was really weird actually. I was just in the park and then I eventually picked a place and I just sat down editing or reading. That's usually what I do. And it was just like 5 or like 6 squirrels just chilling around me. And I was like, what are we doing here? Is this like, why are these squirrels just camping around? Like, what are we doing? What is this? I was so confused. But I was thinking like, if animals could talk, like I wonder what they would say about
I think about
us.
I think about that.
Like those squirrels, for example, that were just chilling around me. They're like, look at this dumbass bitch. Like, I wonder if they looked at me and be like, damn, girl, your eyebrows are busted. You know, like, what do you think about?
Why is she playing with a screen?
Like, you're at a park and you're looking at a screen, you
Yeah.
dumbass.
What is that?
Like, don't you have friends?
Why can't I hear things from it?
Yeah, so that was a thought that I had.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
very random.
Yeah, that's me. I am a
know
random
what?
person. Yeah.
Whatever floats your boat.
Yeah,
I hear
exactly.
it.
Another segment that we have
Mhm.
is what we call rapid fire questions.
Oh,
And I don't want you to think much about this. Okay, I'm just gonna ask you a question. and
this
you need
always
to answer
tri-
it.
everyone. I'm not good at these. Don't think. Go on.
It's fine.
But whatever comes out, comes out.
That's what we want. That's what we want.
I cannot be held accountable.
Okay.
Go on.
Right. So, are you ready?
No.
First question.
Okay, go on.
What's heavier, lifting weights or emotional baggage?
Emotional baggage, emotional damage, all of it. Yeah, we can lift weights in our sleep. Let's be honest.
Who's we?
You and I, emotional damage, baggage, all of it, trauma. That's yes. Next question.
Okay. Wow. That was. You know what? I'm not gonna
Yeah.
argue with you. I agree with that. Yeah.
It's not a lie.
What's your most questionable gym playlist song?
Oh, Holy Drill. Actually, I don't think
Holy
it's.
Drill. What is that?
Yeah. Oh my God. I love Holy Drill. I love drill, but some of the words in drill music is a bit too let's just use the term aggressive, and that is me being nice. So, but I like the beat to drill music. I like it. Kind of motivates. It kind of spurs like a bit of anger.
Yeah.
But anger towards the weights, like healthy anger.
Mm-hmm,
So I like the beat. It also gives you a little tempo to push through your sets with. But Holy Drill, you've got the backing of like words that edify and words that like, you know, actually feed your soul and spirit. Also, if you're a Christian or a believer, like it's Christian music, but you've got the beat of drill. Like, yeah, I love it.
I
Holy
didn't
drill.
know that was a thing.
Yeah, gospel drill.
Also.
But Holy Drill is an artist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a genre. Like
No, genre is
clean.
the gospel drill.
There's gospel drill.
Yeah,
I never
there's
knew
gospel
that.
drill. It's so good. Yeah.
Okay, so in addition to Holy Drill,
Yeah.
who else would you recommend?
At the moment,
Yeah.
do you know what? I feel like the whole world will agree, but Doechii is doing her thing. She's been doing her thing, is the thing.
Doechii is not. Would you consider Doechii as like a gospel drill?
No,
right?
no. Oh, you mean within the gospel drill?
Yeah.
I thought you said who else is in like
No, but Doechii, shout
another
out
song.
to her. She's amazing.
Yeah. Two different genres, but yeah, sorry. You
Yeah.
mean another artist within Holy Drill, within gospel drill?
Yeah.
I listen to the same artist. Like I kind of just repeat the same playlists over and over again, and it's his playlist that I listen to. There is actually no, where's my phone? There is one song that like if I was going to say go and listen to it, and it's two young boys that actually I'm not playing it again.
Because we're trying to monetize this.
No,
we're trying
I'm
to get
just
paid.
I'm just getting the name.
Can't get copyright coming after us.
Girl, not at all. More experienced than that. It's called Break It by Amos and DC3. It's so good.
Okay.
But yeah.
So you don't curse?
I do.
Oh.
Girl, I said I'm a Christian.
No,
I didn't say I
okay,
was Christ.
That's
I
fair.
ain't perfect.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
I'm working on it.
Okay, cool. Next, if you woke up if you woke up tomorrow as a plant,
Yes.
what kind of plant would you be and why?
A cactus.
You say you're bad at this. You got answers on deck,
You told me I had to be quick.
and
You told me not
you're
to think.
delivering it.
So
Yeah.
I've stopped. I'm trying.
Okay,
This is
so
me
a
trying.
cactus.
Yeah. Because people keep trying me.
Why? Ooh. Do you want to unpack that? What are people doing?
I'm in my season of like, I'm not going out there. You know how people's like, I'm in my villain era. I don't think I'm in my villain era. I've tried that. It doesn't work for me. I like being nice. There's nothing wrong in being a nice person.
No.
However, when I say cactus and people are trying me, I mean it in the sense of if someone is if people are repeatedly disrespecting you or you feel like someone is constantly acting out of character, you are well within your right to put them in their place and then move
Period.
accordingly. And that is all I mean. So like cactus, it actually contains water. It stores water. I can, replenish you. I love to do that, but move the wrong way and I will stab.
I like that.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, cactus.
Can I be honest? You
Go
are
on.
killing it with these answers because usually I always argue with people back.
Right.
I have nothing to argue here. Wow.
See?
Okay.
If you're watching this, you know who I'm talking about. I'm always right, is what she's saying.
I didn't say that. I did not say that. For the record, I'm not saying
I'm
that.
joking.
Okay. Next question. If someone opened your notes app right now,
Ooh.
which note would send you straight to jail?
They won't know what it means though. If they could decipher it, maybe potentially, but they wouldn't know what it means. So absolutely nothing. If anything, you'll probably make money from my notes.
Oh,
So hopefully you don't get hold of it.
she got secrets on her notes.
Yeah.
So you don't have anything. Oh, so wait. Every time you write something chaotic on your notes, it's always codified somehow.
Not chaotic, but like if you understood what it meant, you'd probably assume I was something I'm not. So that could potentially implicate me. Is all I can say on that.
Okay, on that
Yeah.
note, we're gonna move on to the next one. My notes are crazy. I use my notes
Are
a lot for
they?
work. Oh yeah, for sure.
Do you like write stories that make it seem like you're a serial killer or something? I can imagine you doing that. I don't know why. Girl.
Let's unpack that. Why do you imagine me thinking of myself as a serial killer?
Not thinking, but like, you know how you say you come out with like random stuff? I can just imagine you writing random stories that may. But then if someone reads it and thinks, oh, is she writing about something that happened to her or that she did?
I see what
see?
you mean. Yeah, that's definitely something I would do. Don't get me
See?
wrong. I mean, yeah, for sure.
Mm.
I just every like kind of random thought that I have or anything that could potentially be an idea, I'll just write it down.
That's good though.
And I also practice my messages before. So if something happens, I've been accused of being too like straightforward and oftentimes like mean and stuff. So if I'm like in the middle of an argument with someone, I take a step back. All of the
Right.
stuff that I want to say, I write it down first.
Smart.
And then I'm like, okay,
Oh my God, that is so smart. That's not a bad thing though.
well, it depends. If you were at the receiving end of this and you were to read the raw version of what I wanted to say to you,
Yeah.
maybe you wouldn't think that.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You didn't say that the raw version to them. They should be thankful because they got an edited version. Do you know what I mean? They got a diluted version. Whereas you were still able to get out how you felt because you were able to write it out. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I also
yeah.
don't like to like censor myself too much. Like I feel like if I'm dealing with someone where they think that I'm trying to intentionally be like mean or be hurtful, that means that we're not supposed to hang out together.
Do you know what? That is so good. You've taught me something today. Like I really struggle having like difficult conversations, especially with people that I care about. So being able to like give it to them as raw as possible. Someone that truly knows you and loves you for you will understand where it's coming from. They wouldn't just think, oh, this person's being malicious or
Yeah.
this person's trying to be venomous, whatever it is. They will see, like, even if in the moment it hurts once they take a minute and think about what you've actually said, especially if you're bringing an issue where it's like you've hurt me or I don't like this, then they should think, oh, like she just wanted me to know she's not happy.
Yeah,
Rather
like
than take it like, oh, she wanted to call me a bitch, you know?
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. But a lot of people do that, and also I realized that there's only so much that you can censor yourself. I think if you're in the middle of like a serious conversation with someone, like those difficult conversations as you are describing them, people will just not. A lot of times, people will just not like to hear what you have to say. So just it is what it is, you know. But I'm not saying like there's definitely a difference between being straightforward and just being rude and mean.
I agree.
That's not, you know, you kind of have to figure it out, the middle ground, like the balance there. Yeah. But like I honestly feel like this approach has saved me from a lot of things. Like if I ever have a conversation with someone that I care about and I say something to you, I'm just speaking my opinion or whatever, giving my 2 cents on a specific topic. If you think that I am trying to hurt you, then we can't be friends. We can't,
agree.
because why would you keep someone like that around you? I wouldn't, so you shouldn't either, even though I know that that's not what I want to do. Yeah.
And also, if you care about that person like you say you do, how you will deliver it shouldn't come across that way.
Yeah.
The way you deliver it and the way it should be received should both be taken into consideration. You can't just say, how I give it, you should take it how you think I mean it. Because regardless of how you intended it, if your delivery is also poor, you can't blame the person for being like, the fuck?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's also why you need to choose like the people around you appropriately. Like I can't be friends with like really sensitive people because it's just the recipe for disaster.
Is it?
It is. I'm sorry. It is.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm mean, but I've been accused of being mean before. So I'm trying to work on that. Yeah.
You don't come across mean.
You don't know me.
Very true. Very true. Do you think you're mean?
No, I don't. But I can
that's all that
see.
matters.
True. But at the same time, like I can see why, you know, some people might think that maybe in certain assignment. But anyways, next question. You're suddenly in charge of renaming planet Earth. What's the new name and why is it mildly offensive? It needs to be a mildly offensive name. And yeah. I have so many.
What?
I have so many names for Earth.
That one tripped me up.
One of
Because the first thing that came into my head was Zooboid. What the fuck is that? I don't know. It was random. As soon as you read the question, that's all that came in my head. But offensive? What would you name yours? Go
on. The Ghetto Planet. Blue Ghetto or something like that. Help. No, I'm just kidding.
Save me.
I think Ghetto Blue would be fine.
Ghetto Blue.
Yeah, because there's so much water on this planet, and it's ghetto in here.
Yeah, so. I don't think I can think of anything offensive or mildly offensive.
Okay, so what would you rename planet Earth then? Just in general.
I do like Zooboid. I don't know what it means. I don't have a clue. What would you rename planet Earth? Who even came up with Earth? Christ, I'm joking.
Is it really that random?
Yeah,
oh my god. I think you wouldn't have survived some other questions that I asked. They're way worse than this.
Ghetto Blue.
Yeah, because I think the fact that Earth is like a lot, water is the majority of the planet. It's an important part about the planet, right?
It is.
Yeah.
It's just not something I thought about.
It's one of the things that allows us all to be here today.
True. True.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
We are 70% water.
Exactly. So yeah, that was rapid fire questions. This last one didn't really go the way I wanted
it did
to.
Bang. It did bang. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You know, you gotta try it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
Next one.
Makeup business, huh? Actually, do you have a preference between like all of the different content and all the different stuff that you do?
Mm-hmm.
Do you prefer the fitness content or like the beauty content?
I like both. Like I genuinely like creating both. The fitness content's just a lot easier for me to create because I'm literally always at the gym.
Yeah.
And I don't wear makeup every day as much anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like I used to wear it a lot. I used to have a lot more time to sit at like random times to do my makeup. So it was easier to do it then as well and be creative. Now I'll have so many ideas, but to have the time to actually sit down and bring it to life, because I feel like with makeup content, you take time. What you see, like especially the masterpieces, the creative pieces, which I have not done in a very long time, it takes time. It's not a quick, and sometimes I just don't have the time, but I will make the time to fit the gym in. It's just part of my lifestyle. So it's easy for me to just set up my phone, set up my camera, because I'm working out anyway.
Yeah. I asked a question, one of my guests. So basically we're talking about gym, and I said, it made me sound like a creep. But anyways, I basically said that there's certain exercise. I go to the gym to train. Everyone goes to the gym to train. Yeah. Right? Yeah. But like, you're in the gym, if you're looking around. Right. Like if you see something, it's like when you're walking in the street. If you're walking in the street, you're going somewhere. But if you see something that catches your attention, you're just gonna look at it. Yeah. So I was basically saying that when I'm in the gym, there's certain exercise that if I see people doing, it will always grab my attention. One of them was like weighted dips and weighted pull-ups. If I see someone do that, I'm gonna look, but not as in like in the creepy way, but I'm just like, hey, shout out to you. Yeah, that's great. That's awesome. And then I said that if it was men doing it specifically, because unfortunately I am straight, I would be like, I'll be like, okay,
a bit of you.
Okay, you.
I see it.
That's cool. Okay. So then I asked him if he had any, and then he was like, you're just a predator. I was like, damn.
Why are you acting like he ain't looking at certain things himself?
So I'm wondering if you have any of those. If you see someone do something, you're like, yes.
Definitely calisthenic exercises. I feel like it's hard not to look. Yeah. When someone's flying around on a bar or like can shift their body weight like in crazy ways, like it's fascinating to see. Like that's a different kind of strength, different kind of core strength that I do not have. So yeah, definitely pull-ups, especially weighted exercises as well. We love some calisthenics, so yeah.
Yeah, I also feel like it kind of changed. Bench pressing used to be one of mine because I am still like I don't understand, but it's also my fault because I never
train it.
No, never. Yeah. So obviously, if you don't train it, you're not gonna get better. But especially when I see like women do like
crazy
bench pressing
amounts, right?
I'm like, I would sit here and watch it the whole time.
Shout out! Can I shout out people?
Yeah, of course.
When it comes to bench press, Listus. She's like 23, 24, and I'm pretty sure she bench presses like 120 kg or more. And Cranen,
love her.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah. What's her sentence? What is it that she says? It's just the bar.
It's just the bar.
It's just the bar.
And she's so nice.
You met her?
Yeah, oh yeah, she's so nice.
Did you go to the Gymshark?
Yeah.
Okay. Cute.
She's so lovely.
She's so stunning.
She is.
Yeah, she comes across as a really lovely person. Even
I stand my black queens. I do.
Yeah. Black queens don't get a lot of support and visibility in general, but also in the fitness community.
I mean, they're starting. I feel like just especially because like the people I follow or what I surround, like, or like, I know people say social media is bad and da-da-da-da, but so you can make social media the space that you want it to be. And a lot of the women that I follow are black fitness creators and like whether it's beauty or fitness. So when people are like, there's not enough, I'm like, I can show you quite a few pages, but then I remember that's just because my algorithm shows me what I like to see. Yeah. So I don't notice how minute that number is actually compared to the rest.
There's definitely, they exist. There's a lot of it. Yeah. But we just don't get the same level of opportunities. I agree. That's where the problem is, really. I agree. Yeah. So when it comes to like visibility, for example, being in spaces where being able to kind of transcend specific formats or being able to showcase your work to other audiences, it's harder for Black women, especially when it comes from a support perspective. So having access to like higher brand deals, for example. Now that I've started working like in this area, I get to speak with a lot of people that kind of, openly talk about it, which I really appreciate as well. Because I can see how that can be a little bit taboo and hard to talk about. So yeah, but anyways, I'm same thing as you. I spend a lot of time building my algorithm to make sure that I'm following people, basically making sure that my social media looks like what I want, essentially.
Precisely.
Like if I want to support Black women, I literally need to support Black women
Agreed.
physically. It's not just talking about it.
Agreed.
Yeah. So that's cool.
Yeah.
What's your favorite day in the gym?
Oh, do you know what? I used to be a lower body girl. Like, but I love a back day. Like, I love an upper body day in general. But training my back is just chef's kiss. Yeah.
You've been training like an athlete now, like for more functional training, more explosive stuff.
Yeah.
What made you change your training style?
I know I'm very strong, but something that always trips me up is like running or like moving weights in a way that's quite easy for me. Like I can move the weight, but I get tired, I get exhausted quite quickly.
Yeah.
So there's certain like athletes that I follow, and I love the way their training has shaped their body at the end of the day. I know I'm never trying to like recreate someone else's body because I know I can't do that. However, I tend to fall upon like people that either train the way I would love to train or look the way that I'd like to look. So it's like, if you want something, follow the recipe.
Yeah.
So there's this athlete, sorry, she's called Michaela, and her training is just sick. I love the way she moves, like you said, explosively.
Yeah.
She moves way explosively. So I was like, rah. And she's got abs, and I want abs. So yeah.
Yeah.
I paid for a program, switched it.
Okay. Is that why you changed?
No, I wanted to change anyway, and I was gonna make my own program, but when I saw hers, it had like information on like there's different like recovery. I tend to like ache quite a bit, but because I'm so used to either pain or not knowing how to recover properly, I kind of like brush it off, or when it gets too bad, then I'll go get a massage. So she includes educational like content on it, on how to properly do recovery, even just step-to-step things, because like I'm always considering career options, different sources of income. So seeing how things are also structured is good for me.
Yeah. Also just for educational purposes. Like if you like something, it's always good to like educate yourself in it. That's how you become good at it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, okay, that's really interesting. I have a question on that. Do people, because I feel like women specifically, they do this a lot. I like how you said that you're not chasing anyone's body. A lot of women do that. You just want to be the best version of yourself, and recognizing that the best version of yourself will look like something that probably won't look like the same thing in someone else.
Yeah.
Do you ever get like women asking you for like advice in terms of like training programs, or like, I feel like I get a lot of people, which I don't know why.
What do you mean you
don't know why I do that? I don't know. I just feel like, anyways, but that's a different question. My point is, my question is, do you get a lot of women asking you for like, to create workout plans for them and meal plans for them? I get that a lot, which is what I don't understand. I get a lot of women that will message me, be like, hey, I want to lose weight. Can you help me create a meal plan? Which I get, because like nutrition is a really big part if you want to lose weight. But do you get that?
I have. Yeah.
How do you respond to that?
Do you know what? I'm flattered when they ask, because what I instantly think of is they've seen progress. They've seen like the hard work. So first of all, like I'm just like, oh my God, thank you. Thank you so much. And depending on who it is and depending on how serious they are, I will generally give like general advice.
Okay.
Especially if it's weight loss.
Yeah.
They just need to be in a caloric deficit. They just need to move more and eat less or eat better. So I'll just give them general advice. And then if they come back and usually they'll come back and reply to like a similar story, another fitness story, or like another transformation or something. And if it's come back and it's like, I've been doing XYZ, but I need more help, then I'll take that initiative to help them and invite them like to join me and train. Why not? But if they haven't done anything, it's just like, oh my God, like I've been meaning to start, like I know you said then it'll just be just eat more, you've got this. But I'm not putting in time and effort into someone that doesn't even put time and effort into themselves. Like you don't deserve that. But like I will try and help.
That's really okay. That's a way more positive approach than I think for me, I asked this because I really don't think I am someone that you should be asking this to. I don't think my knowledge on this is something that like a few hours of research wouldn't get you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that. You're like putting the work yourself.
That's not even what I mean. I just mean like if you want to get advice from someone, there's other people that you should be using as role models.
But why not you?
Well, to be fair, if you do that, I'm just going to give you loads of resources. That's usually what I do. I'll be like,
but the resources help.
yeah,
But-
I know. The resources help for sure.
Yeah.
I get that. But that's what I do. I will answer the question, but then I would say, I really think you should read more about this. Here are some resources that I think would help you. These are some people. I always try to go for people that have some sort of educational background in it as well.
Yeah.
Because I think that's another problem of like people nowadays where it's
Today's
like
fitness influencers.
yeah.
I
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Get
hear what
your
you're
bag.
saying.
I'm all
hear
up
what
for
you're
it. Get
saying.
your
I
bag.
hear what you're saying.
But I'm just saying that we should have some sort of like common sense when it comes to filtering through what is a good source of
Yes.
information versus what's a bad source of
Very,
information.
very true.
And this is why I'm like, I don't think I am a good source of
Very-
information.
But why not?
I don't know.
Why
I just think that
not?
there's other people there that would be able to serve you so much better. Yeah.
But then you've served that person though. It's not like you're like, oh, thanks, figure it out yourself. You're giving them substance, which is, it might not be directly your source, but you're giving them something of substance. They would have never known those people. They would have never known that thing or had that direction if you weren't there. Not at that point in time anyway. So you gave them an answer.
True. That is a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give yourself props where it's due.
We talked about this in the beginning.
We did.
We really did. Okay, so you are an upper body girl. I like that. When I started like training, lower body was also my thing until I hurt my knee, and I was like,
Oh, no. How's your knee?
it's better now. It's been a year and a half
Yeah.
now, so it's been a really slow recovery. But I would rather take things slow and make sure that everything's okay than throw myself back at it.
I mean, that's something a lot of us don't do, so it's good.
Yeah. But yeah, so upper body.
Yeah.
So you like train back specifically. Do you
I
have a
do.
favorite exercise?
Oh, pull-ups, lat pull-downs, anything that allows you to see my wings. Yeah. I'm a little bit, a smidge bit of a show-off.
As you should.
Just simply because I've worked so hard to get it. But it's not a show-off where it's like every 2 seconds you must see that I do pull-ups. Like, I will just put out the work and like get on with it. But if I do have a moment to just be like, oh, let's flex this, then I will.
I'm going to be honest. There's nothing wrong. If you wanted to show off every 2 seconds, literally nothing wrong. If I could do an unlimited amount of pull-ups, I would.
Yeah.
But I can't. For me, it's like, for now, obviously working on it. Negatives help me a
Yeah.
lot. I think I spent around 3 to 4 months doing like negatives at the end of every upper body session to eventually get me to do pull-ups. But like now, the maximum that I could do in a row, and it has to be like the first upper body session of the week, is like 12.
That's good.
I did 12. The last 4, I like,
That's good though.
But then
That
anything
is
more
so
than that.
good. As in like 12 at one go?
Yeah.
No assist?
No.
That is sick. What are you talking
But
about?
literally, I need to have like my 3 days of rest, 3 or 4.
So you need to stop. It's like you've got this like, you must downplay your achievements. Why is that?
I don't think I have that. It's just, okay, so think about this. You, for example, and I'm sure that you will relate to this.
Right.
You are literally training like an athlete, which means that you are looking up to people that are used to show that they perform at a certain level.
Right.
If that is what you compare yourself with, and you
Right.
are not, which is me, I'm not saying that you are not, I'm just saying me, are not performing at that level, it's not
Right.
really playing down. It's just, this is what I'm looking up to. I
Right.
can, see that there has been progress,
Right.
but that's what I'm looking at though.
But you're not.
Yeah, I am. It's great that I can do this. Well, it took me forever. It took me a really long time. This is great progress.
Okay.
It's amazing.
But you can do so kindly.
So you think this isn't kindly?
No,
Oh, girl.
because it's like I can only, but that is like that's a lot. Like some people can't even do one. I can do 12. Like I'm working towards doing more because it's just 12. But like you're just like I can only do, like it is downplaying.
Wow, if you think that this is bad,
Why were you worse?
girl.
Well,
yeah.
let's focus on the healing. Let's focus on the progress, like you said, and the journey.
If you think that this is
Why?
bad,
That's mad.
Wow.
Random question. What school did you go to?
I went to school in Portugal.
Oh, for 2 seconds you look like someone I knew. That is so weird.
That's
Yeah.
not possible. I moved
Yeah, I figured
here.
that after.
Yeah, like I when I moved here, it was already for university. So
Fair. Yeah.
why is
Yeah.
that surprising?
I don't know.
Is it the location and stuff?
Their accent, it didn't really hit you either, did it?
I'm gonna be honest. I've been here for like 6 years now,
Okay.
and I'm real. Oh no, I can't say this on camera.
Never mind.
All I want to say is like my accent is going through an existential crisis. I understand that. It's like, girl, where are you from? Like, you know, this
But
accent.
it's unique. It's different. I like it.
Right. One thing that I was really scared was like getting here and then my accent was going to change completely.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't happen. Well, it changed, but it
Mhm.
changed to whatever this is.
What was it before? Like more Latin?
Yeah,
What
it
is
still
a Latin
is.
accent? Could you put it on?
I don't think I can put it on like on purpose. So Latin basically is like Latin people specifically would be people from Portugal, Spain, and Italy, like those Latin countries.
Yeah.
But then you have like Hispanic, which is like Southern America.
Right.
And I think Hispanic and Spanish, like they're really similar because ultimately it's the same language, even though it's a bit different. But the Portuguese accent, I never had that. I don't know why.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really weird. So I speak Portuguese, Spanish, and obviously English. And for some reason, I've never had. Do you know who José Mourinho is?
Who?
So do you like football?
I do.
Okay.
A little bit. Not much. Not much.
So Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Okay. His accent.
How did you say his name?
Cristiano Ronaldo. That's how you say his name.
Oh wow! And what was the first one you said?
José Mourinho.
Oh, Jose Mourinho. See, we
Yes.
say it so
Jose
wrong. We say I was like, wait. Say that again. Yeah.
So
That is so sick.
José, love you. Heart. Wow, what a great man. But I don't want to have that accent though. I don't want to sound like
Fair,
him.
fair.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I think he's from the north of the country anyway, so I wouldn't sound like that regardless. I'm from Lisbon.
I love accents anyway. So
Yeah. Where are you from the UK?
I might. Do I sound like? Okay, yeah, I do sound like I'm from the UK.
Do.
Do I?
Sorry.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Where you
I'm
from?
Nigerian.
Oh.
I was born in Nigeria, but I've lived in the UK most of my life, so
Why did
I am British.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Nigerian.
Can I be honest? I don't know why.
Yeah.
I was convinced that you were from Ghana.
Do you know what I get? One sec. Let's hope I don't have glasses marked, so you guys can actually see what I look like. Do I?
I don't
No.
know.
Anyway, even if I do, well,
Oh.
whoops. Do you know what I mean? Like, sorry, but yeah, you guys can tell me what I look like when you see this. I get Ghana. I get Caribbean.
Okay.
No one ever says. Well, the odd people say Nigerian, but not many.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm Nigerian.
Okay. You know the previous guest we had today, he was also from Nigeria. And
We're the best. What can I say? Nigeria know they carry last. We know they carry last.
I had a quiz because he's self-proclaimed like the holy grail of knowledge of Nigeria. It's like,
Oh.
I know everything about my
I
country.
don't. So sorry.
Oh, okay.
But
I was like, I could
Let me-
recycle the
no,
questions.
you can recycle, but I don't know what I can tell you. You can recycle. Let me hear it.
Okay, that's fine. Well, okay, cool, nice. So you were born in Nigeria,
Yeah.
and then you moved here. How old were you when you moved here?
6.
Oh,
I know.
So you really you've
I was
been
a little
here.
baba.
You are here. Yeah. Did you move to Manchester straight away, or
Yeah, we moved straight to Manchester. Used to live near town, around like Cheetham Hill, and then we moved to Salford. But I've been like everywhere. Well, not everywhere, but everywhere.
Okay, nice. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought you were from Ghana. I was convinced that
I was
it.
Ghanaian. Why?
Why?
Why Ghanaian?
I don't know. I don't know why.
Interesting.
I just thought that.
Ghanaian.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you, where do you think I was from, but that question is always crazy.
I thought you were like maybe Indian, or like either Indian or like Spanish.
I have a story about this.
Yeah.
So when I went
Or
home,
like Bangladeshi. I don't know. Yeah.
what?
My brothers have dated Asian girls, so like I've seen a range of Asian girls. I've not seen the typical like Asian girls.
Mm-hmm.
So I've seen quite a mix, and yeah.
So like no African, which is funny because that's
Barely.
Wow. Okay, I see.
Oh, you mean I didn't see African?
Yeah.
No, I saw more like Spanish or like, yeah, like I said, or Indian. Why is that so funny?
I'm crying.
Oh.
No, but I have a funny story about this. So last
Go
time
on.
I was in Portugal,
Yeah.
I got an Uber from wherever I was back to my house.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got an Uber, and then the guy was like, he looked at me, and then I was like, yeah. And he was like, where are you from? And I was like, it's wild to get
Right.
asked this when I'm in Portugal. It's like, this
Right,
is where I
right.
grew up.
Right.
This is my spot.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, I'm from here. I'm from here. We're speaking English. His Portuguese wasn't the best. And he was like, no, you're not. And I was like, okay. Okay, so what do you mean? And he was like, you're not from here. And I was like, okay, fair. Theoretically, I'm not. I'm Angolan. But when I'm in Portugal and people ask that question, usually I'm like, let me play it safe and just say that I'm from here so that it's not, And also I could tell that he wanted to know what language I spoke, if I spoke English or Portuguese. So I just said I'm from here to try to change it to Portuguese. And he was like, I know where you're from. And I was like, okay, where am I from? And he was like, you're Indian. I was like, I'm not. He was like, you're Indian like me. And I was like, I'm really not. No joke. This was like a 20-minute journey. The entire duration of that, this man was like, you are Indian. You need to prove to me that you are not Indian. I was like, I don't
need to prove anything to you.
Right? And then he was like, let's speak Portuguese. And I was like, all right, let's speak Portuguese. I have the widest accent when I speak Portuguese. Like, you can tell, if you know the language, that I grew up in Lisbon.
Yeah.
You can tell that.
Yeah.
And he was like, nah, you're Indian. I don't believe you. I was like, okay.
How you gonna tell me what I am?
Okay.
And you just said okay.
I just gave up. I was like, okay.
I hear
sir.
it. I wouldn't even have said nothing,
Yeah.
to be honest. And I'm reporting you for talking too much.
Okay.
2 stars.
Damn. What's your Uber rating, by the way? I always ask this people. Ooh.
This is like asking somebody what their credit score is or what their bank balance is.
Do
you not think?
No.
Yeah, it is. It's a bit.
I can tell you
joking,
mine.
I'm taking a bit. Go on,
What is yours?
4.5 something. These Uber drivers always be trying me. Do you know what? I'm learning to keep my mouth in, but 4.54. Why? What's yours? Why do you know?
Mine is 4.99.
That is so good.
I'm trying to get a 5.
Oh, mate, I don't even care, man. I honestly don't care because some of them either talk too much or want to give someone attitude. Why? Why?
I feel like, do you like confrontation? Do you like conflict?
No. I should definitely choose better options sometimes. But like when an Uber driver is lovely. We have I have some great chats with some Uber drivers.
Yeah.
Like amazing chats. Some have will be telling me about their families, even invited me to come and do cookout. Like we have vibes. Me and my Uber drivers vibe. But when someone's rude, I don't know how to take rudeness. That's my problem.
Yeah.
You know, some people can just brush it off and ignore it. I can't ignore rudeness. My mouth is too sharp for that.
Yeah.
I try to be quiet, but that's what gets me in trouble.
I understand.
Yeah.
To be honest, in theory, what he said wasn't rude. Like the way he said it wasn't rude.
Okay.
I was just so shocked by that. And I was just like,
for 20 minutes though.
Because I was like
drop
no.
it.
So I will indulge in a lot of things if the experience is new
Right.
or if I'm just intrigued.
Right.
And in this case, I was like,
Let's see how far this gets.
right? I was like, what do you mean I have to prove to how? And I was just like, where is this gonna go? So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But also conflict. Like I'm trying to not be as
I hear it.
confrontational.
I hear it.
Yeah.
Same. Pick your battles wisely.
Yeah.
Sometimes peace is priority. Not every day try and be right is something that I learned. But sometimes you just want to be heard.
Sometimes you just want the other person to stop, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like people sometimes will not stop unless you teach them a lesson. And I don't mind doing that.
Fair. But if you don't say anything, there's no lesson to teach.
Exactly.
So you just don't say anything.
No, I feel like I will say it.
See?
Because keeping my mouth shut is never an option.
But peace.
I have peace in knowing I did what I wanted to.
Don't kill me. I hear it.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't have the energy, you know. It drains me. I can't be asked.
Okay, I understand that.
The days of fighting are almost over.
Okay. This reminds me of the dark days are over. Anyways, moving on. Well, we're getting to the end of the episode.
Okay.
Before we go, I always like to ask people to kind of share a goal that they want to achieve this year. So that when the year ends, you can come back here and I'll ask you about this goal of yours.
Oh, you gonna bring me back? Oh my God! At the end of the year,
some people ask like, it's no goal is like small. I love how I say this after you told me that I need to hype myself up more, but really just giving people a space to be like, you know, I want to help people celebrate small wins as well. So it doesn't have to be something like really crazy.
I hear it.
Yeah.
And I know this is very like vain, but abs. I want to have abs by the end of the year. I'm actually doing a challenge where like I'm trying to have it in 30 days. Not 30 days. Who do I think I am? Have it in 90 days.
Okay.
To shred and have it in 90 days. I say shred, but just constantly let it drop.
Okay.
Drop the fat.
So abs in 90 days.
Abs in
what
90
day
days.
are we now?
Where's my phone? Let me check and let you know. But abs in 90 days, do you think I could do it?
Yeah, of course. Why would I not? Have you seen yourself? I'm gonna put pictures of you here so that people know what's going on.
So it's basically how many days till summer? 76 days left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh God.
And yeah, I'm doing a challenge with my girl, but yeah.
Okay.
So
cool.
hopefully.
So actually, instead of
I need to keep it. Once I have it, it can't go.
Okay. So actually, instead of doing by the end of the year, I'm gonna have you here in August. End of August, because you said you want to keep it. So like end of summer, beginning of autumn.
I don't know who sent her, but okay.
Well, anyway.
Hopefully I don't eat too much during the summer. But yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on the podcast, Sarah. It was lovely having you. Well cute. And thank you so much for watching another episode of the Pyjamas Club.
Thanks for tuning in. Come back in, like, subscribe, all them things there.
You know, I never say that.
Why?
I don't know. I haven't said it yet.
Share it. Thanks.
You heard it. Okay.
Amazing.
Thank